Hi, everybody. This is Elena of the Witches Box, and I'm back for another Tuesday Oracle reading and witchcraft Q&A. I see that a bunch of you are already here hanging out. I love it. Hi, Emerence and Callum and Suzanne. Welcome. Oh, I love it. You're talking about oregano oil and chats and things, and I love it. Wonderful. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful week. Um, I don't even know. It's Tuesday, but it feels like it should be Friday. It's a strange kind of like I'm out of time sync kind of week. It's interesting. Um, and then I always start these with some announcements. I'm trying to think of what announcements we've got going on. Oh, for the Bookish Witch Retreat, there are 2 single rooms available. You can find that on the website. That's coming up in a couple of months, and I'm super excited about that. I've got the book that I'm going to, I think I have, well, no, I don't know that I'm going to commit yet. Every time I think that I've committed to the books that I'm, 2 books, just 2, that I'm going to have with me to read during that retreat, I change my mind. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully by the end of the day, I'll figure it out and I'll send you guys a picture so that you see what I'm going to be reading with everybody. And we still have registration open for our virtual retreat, which is Finding the Oracle, and that'll happen at the end of April. Registration will close on April 20th. You want to get in on that. I'm really excited about it. We're going to cover a lot. It's going to be um, a lot of really, really deep work. So the sooner you get in, the better, so that I can start getting all of you kind of prepped for the kind of work that we're going to be doing. And hi, Esther. Thank you so much for the compliment. Carol, hello. Layla, welcome. Jacqueline, welcome. Kay, hello. Alexis, Elsbeth, I love it. You're all here. It's wonderful. What else do I need to What else? I think that that's it for announcements. We are moving right along in the workshop, although we have a down day today because we're waiting for some shipments to arrive. But the books for next month, I'm really, really excited about. They're just beautiful. And the box also for next, what is it, upcoming April, is also kind of an amazing one. And I think that that's all. I really don't have a whole lot of announcements. Let's see. It's 8 p.m. there for Elsbeth, so it's late in the day. V, welcome. Am I the only one not getting a video? Maybe you are. Is everyone else seeing me on video? Hi, Tara and Crystal Waters. Hello, Crystal. You sent me an email. And I have been trying to tinker, and I should have responded to you and then tinkered after, but I've been trying to tinker in the back end of the website, but I will email you today about your email. Let's see. Emerence, refresh your video. Yeah, refresh the video. It should, I'm gonna knock on wood right now. It looks like it's working on my end, so let's hope that it continues. I have turned off all my other things. Um, oh my goodness. Esther says, please share shampoo you use for the wisdom strands. I'm trying to let mine grow. You're kind of opening a can of worms. I can talk shampoo for a very long time. So this is what I use. I go between 2 different things. I am an Aveda girl. I have been an avid, loyal Aveda um, fangirl probably for over 20 years. Okay. And I only just recently switched that shampoo to another one to try something else out. And I'm going back to Aveda because really Aveda is the only hair product that I use. Hairspray, they have the Fomollient like foam for styling, and the shampoo. The shampoo that I use and that like I keep going back to, and even when they discontinued this line, I mourned the loss of this line for years until they finally brought it back a couple years ago. It's Aveda. Oh my gosh, I completely just spaced. Sap Moss. Their Sap Moss line. I love it. I have yet to use purple shampoo. Um, I don't know that I need, I'm looking at my hair right now. I don't know that I need to yet, but purple shampoo is great for when you start to get like a yellow cast in your grays or your white hair. But I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't had to do that yet either. And my roots have been growing out for about 7 months since last August. But Aveda's my steez. I also take daily supplement. I'm a big, like I have a big supplement protocol that I do every single day. And I take collagen every day for hair and nails. And I also take the hair, skin, and nail supplement by Oh my God. I'm sure a lot of you out there who are watching this video know who Tati Westbrook is. What is the line of what is her line of supplements called? It's her line of supplements and it's the hair, skin, and nails. What is that called? I have a bunch of them, so I haven't actually refilled my order in a long time, but I take that as a hair, skin, and nails too so that I get a lot of hair growth. Because as I've gotten older, there was a period where my hair was just super thinning and I just like packed it all on. So that's kind of my hair regime. Okay, so everyone can see me. Yay. Beautiful, beautiful. I had to restart YouTube, but I see you now. Oh, that's interesting that that's happening. I don't know what's going on there. Esther says, Elena, the rue plant is getting ready for, oh, yay, Esther, wonderful, for shipping from my source in Florida. Olivia's Nursery Botanica in Miami. They're Cuban. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, and Cubans can use a lot of rue. I love that. Thank you so much. I can't wait till I get it. And it's getting warmer here. I think today the high is like in the 60s, which is a big deal since we were having crazy cold weather a couple weeks ago. V says plain products is eco-friendly if anyone is interested. Yeah, there are a lot of really great products out there, especially for gray hair. I'm really missing the mark here today on my words, but there is it Olaplex? Olaplex is supposed to be really, really good for any hair at all, but gray especially, and for curly hair. But I'm kind of like a diehard. I can't handle it. What brand of collagen? Oh my God. I take two different things by these people. I think it's ancestral medicine, hold on. We always get into the Q&A before I do the Oracle reading. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to look this up and then we're going to go into the Oracle reading and then we can go back into these questions. But I take a couple of things by this brand, and I believe it's ancestral medicine because now I have it on a subscription, so they just send me. Hold on. Yeah, okay. It's called Ancestral Supplements. Really high quality. It is animal based. I also take a couple of their other supplements. They are pricey, but they're super duper high quality. I love it. It is kind of an intense supplement because for the collagen, you're supposed to take 6 capsules a day, which for some people can seem like a lot, but I mean, I've got a pretty big supplement protocol that I go through every single day. But yeah, it's ancestral supplements. I love them, and you can find them on Amazon. You can find them on their website, and they talk a lot about where they source their proteins. Hi, Purple Pixie. Hold on, I think I missed some people. I know I didn't. Okay, what brand of collagen? I answered that already. Rachel, what the sap girl? The sap moss is back. I still have half a liter left of it from back when they discontinued it that I use for special occasions. Oh my God, I could cry. Oh my God, you're so my people. When they discontinued sap moss, can I have a conversation with you about how devastated I was? And how long was that discontinued for? Like, I think over a decade. And I was still upset over the fact that I mourned and I talked about it. And it was a whole thing, even to the point where I went on eBay and people were selling that bottle of shampoo for like $250 for a bottle of shampoo because people still wanted it so desperately. I think that they must have just finally given up because people were probably still reaching out saying, can you bring the sap moss back? So it came back, I think it was a year or two ago, and it's been back. Aveda is not cheap. Certainly there are more expensive shampoos out there, but the quality is good. The scent, especially of sap moss, if you're like a down and dirty girl, like I like dirt and I like spice. I don't like sweet. I don't want my shampoo to smell like fruit, this fake weirdo fruit. I don't know what people decided that was somehow a good thing to smell like. It's not. Everything about Aveda I love. The other thing that I love, and then I'm going to stop. I am not sponsored by Aveda. I should be sponsored by Aveda because I have talked about Aveda for decades. The other thing that I love is their love oil. Go get sap moss. It's out there. It's back. Okay. My voice is already going. My voice is going to be a little crack-a-lacking because I have done about 3 videos this morning already that I recorded, and after a while my voice gets tired. Esther says the Oracle box is perfect for the online Oracle retreat. Thank you so much for yummy content. Oh, wonderful. I'm glad. Yes, those two can go together. However, one of the things that I think would be great, originally the retreat was going to be, let's get together and do an oracle deck together. We're not going to be doing that. This is like kind of like a more deeper foundational work that then can absolutely fuel you creating your own oracle deck. I think that that would be a really beautiful way to start. We're really going to go in and we're going to go deep, and we're going to do some deep traveling and journeying together. But the more I've like started to like finalize all of the notes and all of the classes and the ritual scripts for our weekend, it's going to be big work. We're going to be like going in. So if you're really looking for like, let me just put my entire world aside for a while and do 3 intense days of learning and deep ritual, this is the retreat for you. And you're going to be doing it from the confines or the comforts of your home. Or I think a couple of people were asking about, could we like go do it from a hotel? Someone was fantasizing about doing it from a hotel. You can do it, rent a space so that you're away from your regular life and you can truly retreat while we do this work. That's a great option too. Okay. Okay, I love it. Susan says, "Hey, Elena, I have curly hair too. We are sisters in the curl." This is fake. This is all curling iron, number one, because my hair is a very confused situation. There is one side of my head that has like a little wave, and that's it. And then the rest is kind of like a frizz, kind of a confused. So I don't actually have, I used to. I don't know if just age kind of got rid of the loose curls that I had, but this is all curling iron because if not, it'd be just straight. Cullum says, speaking of Rue, that was a name of a character in the Hunger Games trilogy of books, and there was a witchy little lullaby funeral rite Katniss Everdeen sung to her in the books. Read that bit, and I think you have more coming. But I didn't know that. It'd be kind of interesting to check out what that lullaby is. Kay says, okay, you're talking to her. Great, great, great. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, wait, there's more. And it's awesome. Okay, great. I got it. YouTube, if you're here before the video goes live, the feed doesn't always show up and you have to refresh. Oh, that's lame. I didn't know that. That's good to know. Purple Pixie says, I have become obsessed with Viore shampoo and conditioner bars. Best investment ever. I haven't tried bars yet. That'd be kind of interesting to try one day. But then again, I'm just so happy. You know what I mean? Good afternoon, Elena. Hi, Melissa. Welcome. I'm doing great. Thank you for the compliment. Hello from Scotland. Hi, Taylor. And yeah, okay. Let's get into our oracle reading, and then we can go into more questions. We can talk about witchiness. We can talk about shampoo, all the things. This is the deck that we're still using, Sacred Earth Oracle. I'm loving it. It's really quite beautiful. For 5 seconds, I thought, should I trade them out? But I really love this deck right now. And this is the card that I pulled earlier. Let's see if it'll focus. It's called Repetition. I did not read the book on this because the minute I saw this and the minute I saw the word, what came to mind was practice and the importance of repetition. I'm going to show it to you again because it's just so beautiful. The artwork is just exquisite. Repetition. So let me drink water before I keep talking because, oh my gosh. Repetition, as I said, what came to mind immediately was practice and the importance of practice. And practice as a distinguisher of ritual. There are things that we do every single day that we repeat every day. Every morning we get up and we brush our teeth, generally, most of the time, most people, right? These are things that you get up, you go to the bathroom, maybe you wash your face, maybe you shower every day. There are things that we do every day, and it's a repetition. It's a ritual of repetition where it's part of our day-to-day behavior and the things that keep us moving forward in our day, in our lives, yeah? But repetition as practice is a very different and very specific type. Ritual repetition as practice is different because there's an intentionality there. There is a very specific type of presencing that goes on there. So when we repeat a practice, when we repeat, let's say, coming to our altars and looking at the same oracle card every day to go into meditation, that repetition becomes a deepening and it creates a ground from which we can learn and receive a lot. And so I always go to this practice as ritual, practice as an intention, repetition, as an intentional, repetitious ritual that we do regularly is an important integral part of our spirituality and our spiritual walk as witches in the world. Other religions also have an incredible value placed on what practice can look like and what it's about. It's supposed to be about for us, yeah? And so my question is, what are your sacred repetitions? Yeah. What are those things that you do regularly? And maybe it's every day, maybe it's weekly, maybe it's monthly, but what are those sacred repetitions that anchor you and deepen you in your spiritual walk and your spirituality? And if you don't have anything that you feel is serving that purpose in your life, what could be one super simple ritual repetition that takes you into a much more sacred space and that helps you um, extend and expand the terrain of your spirituality and your spiritual awareness? So, repetition as a sacred ritual. And what is that in your life? If you're just joining us and you missed the beginning of this, you can totally catch it on the replay. But that is our Oracle question for the week. And let me go back to our comments and my water. Melissa, yes. Melissa says, I think Halo Beauty. It is Halo Beauty. I really loved, I don't watch Tati anymore for no reason other than I just don't have time to be watching a lot of YouTube. Now my YouTube watching is very specific and very because time management. But when she first came out with that a while ago, I tried it and I loved it. I felt the effects of it pretty quickly. And so I'm still getting Halo Beauty, the hair, skin, and nail supplement. And on top of that, I take the collagen. So yes, thank you for saying that. I've forgotten everybody's name today. Amarin says, Elena knows my struggles with hair when it's straight, but has a mind of its own, and I'm working on making my own hair goodies for this. Great. I know the hair can be a thing. Hair takes some management, and then as it starts to change, right? Because the texture is changing for me a little bit now that I'm letting it grow out. I've been dyeing it for 30 years before I stopped dyeing it, so we'll see what happens when it's all done. There is also, I don't know the name because I bought it on a whim. Gwyneth Paltrow over at Goop was interviewed somewhere and someone asked her what was like her favorite deep conditioner, and she said it was like a cheap from Rite Aid $8 bottle of something, and I immediately bought it. It's amazing. I use it like once a month and the deep conditioning is out of this world. I have it. I know exactly where it is. It's in my bathroom on the shelf. I'll go back and I'll look at it, and if anyone's interested next week, I'll tell you what it is. But I also use that on a monthly basis. Super affordable. But my hair just ends up feeling super thick and super soft after. Oh, it's amazing. My voice, why? Repetition as in ritual, both mundane as well as witchy. Yes. As you guys know, I'm skipping conversations between each of you so that, you know. Column says, I'm loving the repetitive cyclical world of nature, and everything we do reflects it. Saw the moon phases on the card and it struck me particularly. Yes, it does have the moon phases here. Repetition of cycles. And we just actually, for all of us, we just entered a new season in the last couple of days. Spring here in the northern hemisphere and fall in the southern hemisphere. So that we just keep moving through these cycles and repetition over and over and over again, but they're always different, right? They always have something different to offer. We're different every time they come around. Jen says, I think every day for me, it is really being grateful no matter what is going on in my day. Yes, gratitude is a beautiful practice. Simple, but so powerful. So, so powerful. We have a whole section of Harvesting the Honey that's coming up in April, just dedicated to gratitude and how powerful it is as a magic and as a healer as well. Emerald says, repeat repetition or habit, and habit once learned is also muscle memory. And there's a lot of fascinating science on this and the brain. Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry, excuse my raspy voice. What was the deck? This is the deck. It's the Sacred Earth Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno and Leela J. Williams. Beautiful. It's a beautiful deck. Cullum says, it's my need for routines and tick sheets for everything. That's cute. Tick sheets, I'm assuming, are like checklists. I love it. Yes, the deck is the Sacred Oracle. Susan says, puttering around and taking care of my plants is my favorite repetitive thing to do. Oh, that's beautiful. It calms me and so happy to see my plants grow. Beautiful, beautiful. When you're tending to something as a repetitive action, beautiful. Love it. Yeah, like that. Any other questions? What's going on in your witchy life, you guys? Anxiety Glam says, I've been doing spring cleaning in my life. I have lots of mental health problems. Yes, I'm under professional treatment. It prevents me from taking care of my basic mundane and spirituality. That can be really hard. And I love that you're doing a spring cleaning. I mean, also, here's the thing. Like, that's a deeply spiritual thing to do. Oftentimes the mundane is exactly that. It's mundane, but it's also magical and it's also spiritual, because if it allows for you to sink into at least closer to being present with what's in front of you, there's a lot of power there. There's a lot of nourishment for your soul, for your nervous system in that. So I love that you're doing that. And this is I think that more than just spring cleaning, I think at the turn of every season, it's a really great time to clean out, to refresh, just to refresh, even if it's just literally the top of your nightstand, because that's as much as you can handle. That's okay. That's just as valid. That's just as powerful. Practicing daily care and meditation. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm right there with you. Wonderful. I'm so I have alarms set to do chores, take care of myself. Listen, we all need to be setting alarms to take care of ourselves and to show up where we need to show up. Let me tell you. I finally, I don't know that I'm willing to say this out loud quite yet as a commitment, but it's the truth. I really love writing. I mean, as you guys know, and I have date books where I write what I'm supposed to do each day, and I've loved my daily calendar date books, but I've just given that up. I've let it go because sometimes if I don't have it in front of me, then I lose track and it's a whole thing. I finally converted my entire life schedule into Google Calendar so that the team knows what I'm doing, but then I can see no matter what device, because I always have a device somewhere near me, I can see it. The book isn't always available. So anyway, all that to say that alarms and calendars and notifications to keep you on track is a powerful tool that we all probably need to be availing ourselves of for sure. Hey, Ada, welcome. No worries. It's all good. Oh gosh, I lost what's happening here. Yes, mundane washing the dishes can be meditative. I have a whole other body of work where I talk about how washing dishes as a meditative practice is a sacred act, and it's a beautiful way to come into like center. Beautiful. Colin says, yeah, literally a table in Excel I print out and physically tick. I love it. Beautiful. V, coffee and making my bed. Coffee's a ritual, isn't it? Man. What is it about coffee? Coffee's a ritual. Coffee's one of my rituals, even though I'm in the transition phase between caffeinated and uncaffeinated. Sometimes I go back to caffeine and then I regret it, and then I go back to uncaffeinated, and it's a whole thing. What other rituals do I have? I'm a journaler. In the morning, I journal every morning. I love to do it before John wakes up so that I'm alone and it's quiet and the house is kind of settled. It's one of my really longest term rituals I've ever had. Morning meditation. Of course, all of my ablutions, all my lotions and potions that I pour all over my body, those are my daily rituals. What else? And it's not a every single day ritual, but just about every day I take a bath instead of a shower, and then I shower when I wash my hair. I've been taking baths as a ritual practice to bathe since like the 90s. It's like one of my most, alongside journaling, it's one of my most consistent repetitive rituals. I find my 2 cat fur babies so spiritual. Do you ever incorporate fur babies into rituals? You know what? That's a good question, Alyssa. I don't. I really don't, which is so interesting. Only in the sense that, especially when I had my Chloe, my cat, my beautiful little girl, um, she just was so tuned in. I mean, I think that this is true of most people. They notice that whenever you're doing ritual, your cat just wants to be in on the whole situation. She would just hang out. She'd want to be inside the circle. She'd want to be on my lap, or she'd want to be near me. And so she would be incorporated that way, but not specifically into the ritual. That might be something really fun to look into and practice, but I have not done that. Jen says, been doing so much inner work just now and release work. I've been working with Bridget and my 3 mothers to begin clearing the paths for love to come through. Beautiful. Beautiful. Maybe so. Emran says, I have phone apps and spreadsheets for checklists to tick off. Organization alarms, most definitely. Roxanne, hi Roxanne, I'm so late. That's okay, you're here, but the time task topic is so on point for me. There is a really sexy um, app. Let me see if I can find it, because here's the thing, it's sexy, but it requires showing up to it every day, and I let it go, even though I think it's still on my phone. Or maybe I got rid of it. Oh, I got rid of it. I don't know what it was called, but it's a really beautiful. Oh no, it's called Plan Bella. And it's basically a planner pad, but it organizes what you have to do in a really beautiful way if you'd like an aesthetic. And it also has a journal, a calendar, an event list, a task list, a note list. It's really quite lovely. So if you, those of you who are interested in other ways of keeping track of your lives, that was one that I loved because aesthetically it was so beautiful, but it's like it just became faster for me to just input everything into my Google Calendar and let it go, because I love beauty. I'm a Libra, but I needed efficiency, and so the Google Calendar is it. Um, mm, 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 mm. The other thing, just because Roxanne got me talking about it, time blocking is a really big, has really helped me tremendously. Where there are like Tuesday is all video day, right? Not everyone can do that, because if you have a job or you work for someone else, you may have various different tasks throughout the day. But if I can just block things out where Monday's all administration, Tuesday's all video, Wednesday's all writing and product development, like that helps kind of contain me so that I can really sink into a task and do it without the transition from one task to another, because the transition between one thing and another, even though I like schedule 15 minutes for a transition, they become so much longer. Your brain has a harder time transitioning that way, as opposed to sink into something for a good chunk of time. Okay, hold on. Ada says, Elena, I'm a triple earth, and this is my favorite time of the season. I could be outside and have my hands in the dirt doing a lot of planting. Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Emerin says it's the aroma of coffee. It's so good. God, it's so good. Hold on. What is happening here? Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Um, the zone is also a thing, especially at work, being in the zone. Yeah. Melissa says, do you prefer meditation in the morning instead of the evening? In the morning. Um, yes, in the morning. I was just thinking, because there have been other practices that I really love doing at night. I have a movement meditation that I love to do in the evening, not during the day. But for the most part, I'm just much more of a morning person now than I ever used to be. And so getting up, especially when the world is quiet, there's something really beautiful about just that early morning hour where everything just is quiet. John's still sleeping most of the time, or he's in bed reading, and I get to kind of be in that quiet. That really works well for me. I have had specific sadhana practices that I've been doing where it has to be done in the evening, and I really struggle, especially when it has to be like late evening, because once the day is over, I'm just kind of like, my brain is just not as functional as I'd like it to be. But I have had movement meditation practices where I prefer doing those at night. And there's something about the movement that gets me out of my head. So I don't need to necessarily be completely fully there mentally. Does that make sense? So it depends. It depends. And then before I go to sleep, I always do a little bit of an intentional dream meditation, but that's like because it's right as I go to bed. It doesn't feel like me being tired. is an impediment, right, to the actual practice. Plambella, here I come. Yeah, Plambella is really beautiful. Yes, okay, this is from Melissa. Yes, my cats always want to be near me when I'm doing any spiritual work, and they are drawn to all the crystals in my home, but I'd love to incorporate them in a more intentional way. I love that. I mean, you can do pet blessings. You can do a ritual to bless them. But I need to think about that because, God, I'm kind of just shocked at myself that I would have never thought of that. Excuse me. I'll have to think about that more. Abby says, you're also organized. I wing it with things I know I'll forget, set on a reminder being on my phone. Yeah. I mean, look, that doesn't mean that I don't forget things because I forget things a lot. But when you have systems in place to kind of compensate for the forgetting, that helps tremendously. This is one of the reasons why I love technology so much. There are so many tools to use to support us in remembering and staying on track, which I really love. Colin says, the morning shower has recently become a thing for me, whether it's the TPAC, I'll let everybody else read that, shower, or an all-out shower with all the things. Yes. Colin says, in regards to the cat thing, my cat does it too. Cats know all. Cats just are tuned in, you know? We have other people in Devon. I'm not going to say who. Abby, okay, no, you're talking to Emerance. Great. Ada says, I just lost my cat. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I just lost my cat of 20 years. I just got her remains yesterday, and it's been really hard on me when I meditate because she was my meditating partner. So sorry. It's such a hard loss. It's one of my wishes in life that they lived as long as we did because it's just never long enough, you know? I'm really sorry. Carla says, I bought a teeny black tourmaline and hang it on his harness. Oh, smart. Beautiful. Yes, you can also put protective talismans on your pet. That's more of a spell, not a ritual, but that's something that you can do too. Lovely. Yeah, the pets. My goodness. I know. It's really sad. It's so sad. I still have pictures of my girl. And she passed. Well, Tucker, our dog, died in 2013. I think that Chloe died before that. So I think Chloe died in 2012. Yeah, it was a while ago. And then we just never got another pet, even though I'm dying to get a pet because we just traveled so much that it didn't make sense. But I am ready. Erin says, I have a very peculiar chihuahua. She's a diva and definitely wants to be involved in everything I do. She's super protective. Even Hubster can't sit next to me. That's funny. I love that. We haven't seen Kim in a while, but Kim had a pet, like a feral, but not so feral pet skunk that would walk into the house and hang out and leave, and she'd feed. Kim, if you're out there, you need to say hi. I haven't seen you in a long time. Let's see what else. Lovely. I know all the loves, all the loves. What else do I want to share with you? We just had our equinox, which I'm excited for. I was ready to be done with winter. And I'm definitely feeling like I'm in a good solid spring in my personal life phase. Oh, I also wanted to tell you that this is a true story before I tell you. I think next Wednesday. Oh, sorry, I gotta look at my calendar because I don't know if this is true. Yes, next Wednesday we're going to be doing our live here for the hex box or the unhexing box that we sent out for this month. So our live Q&A for that box will be happening here, same channel, next Wednesday. And the next Tuesday evening, the day before that, for those of you who are subscribed to the books and who bought the bundle of books, I think we only have a couple of those left. It's the Lantern in the Dark and the Lunar Nodes book bundle. We're going to have our live gathering next Tuesday, and Danielle Blackwood is going to be joining us, which I'm very excited about. Both books were really fantastic. So if you want to be in on that, and you didn't get any of the books, we still have, I don't know how many, we have a couple of those books left in our shop. And that's it. Elena, get a fish. Listen, Emerance, the fish thing, I can't even talk about it because while we were here for the last couple of years due to COVID, my husband needed a hobby, and his hobby became creating ponds and having fish. And now we have We have 5 ponds, 2 fish tanks, and we have all sorts of fish, and we have frogs, and we have shrimp. We have we have these beautiful snails. There's just the aquatic life in this house has been, well, not this house, but the other house has been insane. So we have fish, but fish, they're beautiful and they're lovely to watch and they're super relaxing. But you can't cuddle and you can't pet them and they don't talk to you. And so even though I have appreciated his new hobby, it's not the same. It does not fill the void that the fur babies fill. Um, okay, let's see. Next Wednesday is the box. Yes. And then next Tuesday is the book gathering. Random question from Melissa. Where are the big pillar candles from that come in the boxes? They are so powerful and I love them. 100candles.com when they have some. When they don't, although the other place doesn't have, there's a candle shortage on the planet, by the way. There's 100candles.com. There's also atlanticcandles.com, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, my voice is cracking. Those are the 2 places that we get them. But Atlantic candles never, they never have anything. Hold on. Okay, Abby says sneak theme for April book box. I'm still waiting on my March books to arrive, but no, I'm not worried because it's New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand. Sneak peek for March. No, not March, for April. We're going to be going into the world of water in a really beautiful way. Both books are going to be about this. And so in fact, I just finished, before I got on this, finished doing a review video for one of the books. It'll go out in a few weeks. They both go hand in hand really well. And in a much more ritualistic Celtic way, I'm going to give it away if I say that, than the water element book that we sent out in the box. I think it was in 2020, where that book, the earth element or the water element book that we sent out, was really about, like, it's a really beautiful and in detail, like, correspondence book. This is about the practice of water and what you can do with water and all the different types of water witches that there can be. Anyway, so that's your big hint. That's a big hint. Let's see. Fish ponds. My husband is green with envy. Listen, well, if I could give them to you, I would give them to you. Actually, it felt like a lot of work and a lot of responsibility in the beginning. There's a lot of like chemical like balancing that needs to happen, and it's a whole thing. But I feel like he's got it down now in a way that doesn't feel like it's as much work. Although he'd probably say something different. I don't know if he's watching or not. Sometimes he watches these. Um, they're beautiful, and at night now, because it's spring, we were sitting down watching TV last night, and the music, like we have so many frogs now out there singing the songs of their people all night long. It's so amazing. um it's lovely. It's really beautiful. And we've had some fish catastrophes, but now I'm gonna knock on wood, I think we've got it. So it's been fun having ponds and having the sounds of water in the middle of the forest. It's been beautiful because this is a fairly dry place. I have a lion head rabbit. He is in my Reiki treatment room. I don't know what a lion head rabbit is. That sounds amazing. I'm assuming that it's like a bigger head. Yes, April showers. Oh my gosh. Can you hear my stomach growling? That was my stomach. I'm so sorry. Wow. Okay. Melissa says, "Oh, I have lots of water in my natal chart. I'm a Cancer sun. I'm very excited. I feel incredibly connected to the element of water." These books are beautiful. Beautiful. So beautiful. Yes, hi Kimberly. But we have a cat. Wonderful. Water, water everywhere and not a drop to drink. I know. I know, if you're living in an environment that's got drought, it's kind of, I think California's been in a drought for like a decade at this point. Think Maine like a lion. They're adorbs. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to look them up. That sounds beautiful. Abby says, we had a huge electrical storm here last night. I swear a crack of lightning hit my driveway while I was getting in the car. My body felt it. Oh my god, that sounds insane. I can't imagine what that must feel like. because that electrical current is so close to you that I'm sure you felt it. Books on water, books. Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, the books are beautiful. Very excited about the books. And then we're going to continue on with our deep dive into divination for the April boxes that are going to go out. And we're going to be using a particular witch tool that doesn't typically get paired up with divination, but we are creating a whole ritual with it. I'm really excited about sending these out. And then May, I don't remember what our May books are actually, but the May box, we're going to be doing a deep dive into two specific things that are very near and dear to my practice and to my heart. So I'm really excited about that box. It's more of a personal box. So like that. And I think that that's it that I have in terms of like sneaky peeks. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Any questions? Anything else that you guys want to talk about? Because I may cut out early to go eat because my stomach is still making a lot of noise. Alexis loves elemental work. This is Abby says loud, bright, and like a static shock. Very cool, but a bit close for comfort. Yeah. There's a movie. I don't even know if this is true because I never looked it up online. It's got to be true. With Reese Witherspoon. Is it Sweet Home Alabama? Maybe that's the title of the movie. I mean, this is older. This is maybe in the early 2000s, maybe even before. And is it Sweet Home Alabama? I don't know, but it's a very sweet movie. It's a romance with her and the guy, and I forget the guy's name who's an actor. Anyway, one of the things that was shown in the movie was he was an artist of, so he created, I can't believe I'm pulling this out of my memory banks. He was a furniture maker, or maybe he was a glass blower, but he had these beautiful glass sculptures, and the way he made them was by putting like lightning rods in the sand at the beach so that the lightning would hit, and because of the electrical like heat, I guess, it would turn all of the sand grains into glass, into these beautiful formations. I don't even know if that's a true story. Lightning glass, is that a true thing? All of this just reminded me of that. We need to look up lightning glass, but I think that that would be a beautiful thing to have. Okay, hold on. I collected stormwater in a jar last time, but forgot this time. Beautiful. Yes, this book talks about all of the different waters and all the different ways that you can use water, but also it went into marsh water, which really excited me. And I talked about that in the video that I made earlier. Drought, and I live in the desert and I'm a water carrier. Yeah, being in the desert is hard. I mean, look, I was born and raised in Southern California. California is not a humid place by any means, but from college on, I was living in Long Beach, which was at the beach. And even though it can still be dry in California beaches, there is still enough moisture there where my body was happy. Here, we are in a forest here, but we are surrounded by desert. We are a high desert forest, even though it's a pine forest. I have never gotten used to the dryness here. It is so dry here. I am constantly drinking water. I have water on my nightstand, so as I sleep, I wake up and I drink water. I am constantly pouring oil. Like my body is not down with the dry, and I've never gotten used to it. Can I ask a question about lunar nodes, or is it not the time? You can ask the question about lunar nodes. I am not an astrologer, so I may not be able to totally answer you. So yeah, go for it. However, if you show up at our live gathering next Tuesday night, you can ask an amazing astrologer, and she's going to have all sorts of information for us, which I'm so excited about. So make sure to bring all of your astrology questions with you to our gathering next Tuesday, because she will be gracing us with her wisdom. I'm so excited. Yes, it is Sweet Home. So lightning glass. I'm gonna have to look this up, this whole lightning glass thing. Alexa says just like heaven. That sounds familiar too. Did I see just like heaven? I don't know if I saw just like heaven. Yes, glass on the sand. I will definitely go look at it. Just like heaven was when Reese was a doctor. Maybe we all need to have like a weekend movie marathon of all Reese Witherspoon movies. Purple says, I'm still very new to the craft, though I have been researching it for over a decade. So getting your books and the box has been so helpful. It helps me narrow things down. Beautiful. Yes. And also, I'm happy to hear that it helps you narrow things down, because I have been very conscientious of the fact that um, I'm giving you something different twice. If you're one of those people who subscribe to both, I'm giving you something different twice each month, which can be, for people like me who are like multi-passionate, I want to be in all the things, can be a little overwhelming, because right, it's something different every month. But I love that for you it helps narrow things down. That's fantastic. um uh, yes, V, that I'm pretty sure that that is a true story. Yes. um What degree is your sun and the degree of your... Okay, so good. Melissa's got information for you, because when it gets down to degrees, I can't answer you. Yes, a TWB movie night. I don't know, how would we do that? I don't even know how we would do a movie night. What degree? Okay, no, that's I already read that. Crystal says, if the water book is the one I'm thinking of, I'm really excited. Are both April books the same author? So you know who it is. Yes, both books are the same author. Oh my God, Practical Magic. I know. It's my favorite movie. It's my favorite witch movie. I can't. Um, so Melissa says, depending on the degrees, they very well could be in conjunction. Okay, perfect. I'm glad that someone knew, because when it gets to the degrees, I need to check out. Oh no, a film retreat. Oh my God. Well, for sure there will be the option to late into the night for those, because I am already aware that there are a few people coming to the Bookish Witch Retreat who are late nighters, who are probably going to be up until all hours of the night. And so I'm going to try to provide a couple of movies that we can, um, have on TV to watch, because we need to have some witchy movies playing in the background. The glass formed is a branching structure called a fulgurite. We have to look this up. I just remember thinking how beautiful it was, and then I forgot. I don't even know. Did that movie come out when we had Google? I don't remember, but I didn't look it up. So, while it is true that lightning can and does melt sand to form glass sculptures that resemble tree branches, the movie's portrayal of how this happened is not accurate. Oh, bummer. The romance was broken. Let's do all the retreats. Run away together and just be the Gollum in the woods. I love it. Yeah, I mean, I'm down. Though I'd rather be like Tammylan, the wild man in the Enid Blyton books. I've not read those books. Interesting. TWB movie night. Amazon does viewing parties where you can invite others. Is that a true story? I had no idea. I mean, I'm gonna Amazon viewing party. How fun would that be? Oh, that's fun. Okay, maybe we'll look into that. All right, my loves. That's it. I don't have any more announcements, but this was fun. Oh, today's Tuesday. So this Friday, we do our live guided meditation, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock Pacific time. I'm hungry, can you tell? So we'll be here for that. Come watch. I will check out this whole idea of a Zoom watch party, because that would be so much fun. And we can video call each other and point the cameras at the big screen and all watch together. The sun sign is also okay. Hold on a second. Um, I'll look into see what an Amazon watch party entails, because then if we're all just watching our own Amazon screens, that could be fun. I'm wondering if I could stream what I'm watching through Zoom and you can watch it that way. Is that even legal? I don't even know if we can do that, but I'll check in, because that might be a fun thing to do with midnight margaritas. Oh my God. So we can watch Practical Magic, we can all make margaritas, and we can all be in our pajamas, and we can all hold our crystals while we watch. Okay. We might have to do this. We may have to do this. What if we can do this? Let me not put that out there. Let me think about it first and see how we can do that, because that would be a lot of fun. All right, my loves. Thank you so much for coming. Um, Call me. I can explain movie view sharing. Okay, I think I got everything. And I have not seen the movie The Witch, but I can go check that out. Now I'm all over the place. I'm all over the map with this chat. Okay. I love you all. Have a wonderful week. And let's hold some like space for a potential Witches Box movie night. That would be a lot of fun. And next week I'll report back to see what I found out and what we might be able to do. All right, my loves, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.